Sarah Palin, thanks for being the great American that you are and for clarifying your positions through your video offerings. We, your adoring real America, love it when you call us that, by the way. We like it when you tell the world what we really think, so we would like to respond in kind. First, we cannot apologize enough for the blood libel that you have endured as of late. Although we realize that the way our society crucified you is unforgivable, we still ask that you find it in your heart to consider it. Starting today, our implementation of your personal Holocaust will cease and desist. We surrender. Your epic journey from Wasilla to the main stage of American media has been a virtual middle passage of suffering and strife. So we want to offer this document, sort of an emancipation proclamation, if you will, to release you from the oppressive shackles of America's habit of publicly lynching you. We are also disappointed in ourselves, of course, in that we brutally subjected you as a woman to such a double standard in the media. When we read about the women's suffrage movement in history class, we never would have thought that such injustice would have been revived in 2011. But we are ever so grateful that you would be the new embodiment of Susan B. Anthony, serving as a beacon to lead us beyond our shortcomings. Until you issued your video, our society unfairly stripped down your freedom of speech and spirit, violently forcing you to create a response video and to even clarify your positions on the shows like Sean Hannity's program. When the lamestream media has you in its grasp, I'm sure that Antoine Dotson would join us in coming to your defense, since clearly they're raping everybody out here. And for that, our contrition knows no bounds. Trust us, we truly felt your pain when Kate Couric cruelly subjected you to her inquisition about what political reading material you regularly digest. Who of us would ever think that someone would dare ask such an inappropriate thing if we were running to be second in line to preside over the free world? For that tarring and feathering, Kate Couric, you're still on notice. And lest we forget that you, Sarah Palin, were passed over when we had the opportunity to have you as the Vice President of the United States of America. That must count as the 9/11 of your political career to date. And whether or not it was an inside job by America's gulag, you do not deserve such mistreatment. We are deeply sorry about our weak judgment, our bad. Ms. Palin, we're ever impressed at your self-control in avoiding the temptation to exploit humanity's collective low points and atrocities for political gain. We also praise your grace in calling out the others who do this, all without a hint of irony on your part. In the video that you broadcast, excoriating us, and boy, did we deserve that. Perhaps you inadvertently omitted a few details, but we are going to help you fill in the blanks of the deeper meanings about how those who have attacked you are tragically far off the tracks of morality and virtue. Perhaps you meant to say that it's the horns of those greedy Jews, or the tails on those lazy Negroes, or maybe even the AIDSiness of the gays. We borrowed that kind of phrasing from your profound impact on the English language. Or maybe even the conniving, murderous, job-stealing antics of those dirty Latin American illegals who cloud the judgment of those whose rhetoric has been so vituperative against you. Either way, we sympathize with you in denouncing the unjustified self-righteousness of their evil voices in the public sphere. Only your voice, which can do no wrong, we've learned, rules supreme, as amplified by your own patriotic tweets. Such a step of maturity, by the way. How tragic that the original Constitution wasn't issued as a tweet. Oh, and reinforced by your little cheerleader, Glenn Beck, not to mention Fox News' wonderfully enlightening, let's call them press releases. Oh, and while we have your attention, might we offer our infinite gratitude for the many positive contributions that you've lent towards the elevated political discourse that we now enjoy? Sure, at first we complained that phrases like reload and icons like the bellicose ammunition crosshairs might incite violent attitudes or might be harmful. But thanks to you, we now realize how important and uplifting, even Christianly, such rhetoric can be. Like you, we too look forward to the day that some sixth grader, inspired by your delightful example, will exercise the same freedom of speech from the other side of the aisle and apply such images and rhetoric to maps with your name and or district. And on that day, we will join you in cheering that young person on and encouraging them towards the destiny of responsible leadership that they should fulfill. Please let us know if we do anything else in the future that exacerbates the many pains that you have suffered, since clearly you are the most viciously attacked and injured political figure in the history of this great nation. P.S. for Representative Giffords. Please refrain from such leaps of miraculous recovery on days when Mrs. Palin is trying to contact us through her illuminating videos. See, her victimhood clearly trumps any trivial attempts on your part to divert our attention with your condition. The only eyes we really care about opening and closing are Mrs. Palin's eyes, especially when she uses them to wink at us during those vice presidential debates. So with our thanks and our apologies, we offer this video to you, Sarah Palin, with hope for love and peace in your future. Sincerely, your fellow Americans.